Second attempt at this because I forgot to put the sound on properly. Tube. Anyway, young Mikey Moore, Finlay Curtis, etc., the young players. People have said that why are we bringing in a player in Curtis's position? You've got to protect the players. I mean, if you were my age, you remember what happened with Liverpool with Michael Owen. He burnt out and he could have been a lot better than he was. He was still a great player. But we need to protect the young players as well as develop them. Protect them is part of the development stage. You know, you can't have them running about all game every day and being subbed off. What we need is players that are of a similar calibre in every position. I know that's extremely hard to do. I think it's, like I've said before, it's 3 players to every position, again, which is extremely hard to do. So the fact that we can bring on 2 other players that play in that left wing position is unbelievable. You think about it. And but remember, all of them can play both left and right wing, and Mikey Moore can play any position in the front and number 10, which is not as an attacking position. So that's a great thing because, as we know, we're going to be playing against 10-man defences a lot of the time. The wingers give us that width to get in behind. And remember, these players attract 2 or 3 players to them to try and stop them doing their thing. And that creates space elsewhere. You know, because I always felt Kent get a bit of a bum deal towards the end because when you watch Kent at the end, he was surrounded with 3 or 4 players when he had the ball, and we didn't have the skill in the team at that time, those teams, for somebody to take over from him. So the other teams knew what to do. We can't just mark him out of the game, and that happened to him. I felt like a bit of a bum deal because he was a great player when he played for us at times. I am not saying bring Kent back before anyone thinks that. I am not. I don't want any old players back. That's not who we are now. Now, so bringing in a strong player for the same position is a smart move, you know. And what happens if the young lad gets an injury? You know, there's things like that. I think people forget to think about that at times. Also, this week, judging by the noise on social media and various news outlets, it looks as if we could be signing a few players this week. Yes, we know that we need people in the defence, but it's not easy just to go out and sign players. You know, people forget that. There's other players. The players' agents they want as much money as they can get in their bank, so they'll be playing devil's advocate with other teams. Is that the right phrase? I'm not sure. But it's not easy to bring in players. But the noise we're getting, there'll be players coming in this week. I know we need people in defence, but there's talk about strikers, right wingers, midfielders, everybody. And it's brilliant because we're capable of getting them. And it's not cheap players we're after either. I know people say, why are we bringing in loans? Loans are a smart move, you know, simple as that. I've covered that before, so I don't want to bore you with it. But I think we're in a real good position. It's a busy week as well. We've got the European game in a couple of nights, and then Motherwell at the weekend. If we win both those ties or go through in Europe, beat Motherwell in a good way, that's a great start to the season. The first 3 games are that matter, we win. I know we can lose against Panathinaikos and go through, but we'd win the tie. So hopefully you'll have a good Tuesday. Cheers, and I'll remember to test it. The sound's on next time.